G'day everyone and welcome to this video on this channel for running shoes, where my friend Tim and I, we make videos weekly just documenting our progress. And if you've been watching this channel over the last nearly 2 years, you'll have observed me get injured plenty of times in an attempt to add weekly distance to my running. But more recently, I have found a strategy which is working for me, and I'm going to share that with you today. So a bit about my background. I've been running pretty consistently for the last 2 years. There have been breaks where I have been injured and I've needed to rest to recover. I am training for a marathon. I'd like to run a marathon. I was hoping to run one last year, but due to injury, I wasn't able to make it. But I was able to run a half marathon, so I have a fairly good base of fitness, and I have going into this year as well. Over the last 3 months, I have had some great running success with this new strategy which I am using to add distance. I've been able to add distance pretty consistently whilst not getting injured, and I'm hoping that that's going to be good for me going forward, and I'm hoping that it's going to be able to help some people out there as well, which is why I'm making this specific video. Previously, to add distance, I did it fairly linearly, and by that I mean I was adding about the same amount of distance each week consistently. So each week I would run a little further than the week before. Whilst I thought that was good, and I've heard that only add 10% per week, I've heard that kind of guide, that wasn't working for me. I was consistently adding distance, and over the course of a few months, my body was just getting really worn down. Running is a fairly high impact activity, and there's lots of muscles involved, joints and things. And when you run, you are causing little bits of damage to it, and that damage adds up over time. The idea of only adding a little bit of distance is that you're not working too hard and your body is getting time to heal, which is how we get stronger and be able to go further. But that wasn't really happening for me. I was running really consistently for a couple of months, and then I had to stop because something was wrong. Nothing super major, but things which, if I didn't stop, would continually get worse, such as just fluid buildup in different places, which I couldn't shift without rest. I had injured both of my soleuses last year, so I was having some trouble with my body. And adding distance too quickly, I think, was probably the main problem. So this year I'm trying a different approach. We're just over 3 months in, so I've had a good go of it, and already I am running almost double what I was at the start of the year. So this strategy I'm using is to run in 3 weekly cycles. So I've got 3 weeks. The first week is a medium week. The second week is a hard week. And the third week is an easy week. So medium week, I'm running a good distance. I have a speed training session in there specific for training for speed. At the moment, they're tempo runs. Hard week, all of my runs are a little quicker. I've got 2 specific speed training, an interval and a tempo run. And then easy week, the distance is pulled right back and I have no speed training. I'm really pulling back the tempos, I'm really slowing down, and really, that's just for maintenance. At the moment, my medium and hard weeks have got 4 runs in each, and my easy weeks have got 3. Although over the next couple of months, I'm looking to shift that to 4 as well, and possibly getting a 5th run in at some of these. The principle here is that rest is really important, and there are times where rest needs to be prioritized. I need to give my body the space and the time to heal so that I can continue to add the distance and add the intensity so that I grow and can do more. So using that model, this is what my mileage has looked at over the course of this year. Let me draw a graph. So this graph here, I'm using 14 weeks. So I am releasing this at the start of April, but the last week was the one starting on the 28th of March. The first one starting on the 27th of December last year. And I am plotting my weeks. So each of those dots is the cumulative total per week. So the first week in this graph, I ran 10 kilometers, and the last week I ran 24 kilometers. But you can see my increase in my mediums and hard weeks. So the lower ones, the lower dots where it kind of goes down, they are my easy weeks. You can see I'm really cutting the distance, not quite in half, but it's not far from that. Then my medium and hard weeks, if you ignore the troughs, it is adding distance pretty consistently. So each medium week in the cycle is running further than the hard week on the previous cycle at this stage. So I'm adding about 10% between medium and hard weeks, and then I'm cutting it right back in my easy weeks. And as a result of that, my legs are feeling great. I don't have any concern for injury right now. There's no discomfort, there's no tightness, and I'm able to run faster speeds. So at the moment, my tempo runs are faster than any of the tempo runs I ran last year. And I'm almost confident enough that I could run a half marathon now much faster than the one I ran back in December. So I might not necessarily be adding distance as quickly doing it this way. I'm essentially taking out a third of the weeks that I could be adding distance. But in doing so, I'm preventing injury, meaning that I'm less likely to have to take time off to recover. And that at this stage is my process. I'm planning on continuing to add distance until I get to perhaps 60 kilometers a week on my hard week and a little lower than that on my medium weeks, and will then continue to work on speed training. I am feeling pretty confident. Like, it's been 3 months and I've gone from running, around 20 kilometers a week to running over 40 kilometers a week, and I haven't had too many issues with that. It is a gradual process. It's a slow process. It's taken 3 months to get there, but in a sense, it's happened a lot faster than any of the other ways that I've done it, because I haven't been getting injured, because I've given my body enough time to recover. Thank you very much for watching this video. Tim, thank you for sharing your last video. I'm glad things are going well with your half marathon preparation. I'm looking forward to seeing how this week went with that as well. Make sure you stick around for Tim's video on Thursday, and hang around as well for my next video next Tuesday, where I will talk about my next medium week. Next week, I'm planning on running 45 kilometers, again, adding about 10% to my previous hard week, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I hope you got something out of this video. I wanted to put it together because this is a strategy which is working for me, and if you are like me and wanting to add distance but have had trouble with injury, this may help. But there's no one size fits all with this kind of thing, so try different things and look after your body. Take care, and we'll see you next time.